Welcome to Grand Piano Truth, our last episode of 2023. You know, if you believe in yourself, you can do whatever you want to do, or you can be whatever you want to be. Because today, I'm sitting with one of our great guys. He's a gospel artist now. MC, musician, broadcaster, parent and brother, Thulas.
Yes, yeah.
Welcome, bro.
I'm not sure about great, but no, thanks, man.
Right, but
thank you for the opportunity. I'm all right to January.
Right, but man, Thulas.
All right.
Yeah, but in December.
It's December, eh? Can you believe it? The year just flew past.
But is by color this year. But December, it's like same thing, no January.
No, I don't think so.
Ne?
I don't think so. I think Lord December, even if it's not financial, we have a lot to be grateful for because if we are eating from COVID till now, I think this is the first December where Sizoya Sonke City we're free and even events, concerts, indawo zokujabula are very free and open, unlike the previous years. So I think we have a lot to be grateful for this December, in my opinion. You know, even if financially, because abantu imali ayikho, we are still picking up.
Plus, when you introduce, I mentioned but you are a broadcaster.
Yes, man.
I saw on Facebook there's a radio station that I don't know. Tell us about that radio station.
I've been doing radio for 5 years now. I host a choral music and a gospel music show on Radio VERITAS.
Online?
No, it's available on AM, medium wave. It's also available on DSTV 870. And then there's an app, and then it's a stream live. It's a problem people bang has. It's because it's predominantly a Roman Catholic station. It's really a Roman Catholic station in Southern Africa. It's the only one. So I'm Roman Catholic, by the way.
I see. On social media.
Yes, so I'm a broadcaster on that station for the past 5 years.
Then how is the support? Is the support from the church or from?
Like I said, I do two. It's a music show, but two genres. I do classic, our genre, choral, opera, and then the second part of the show is purely gospel. So I basically treat like Nelisa Mawele. So I have two babies. In the choral, it's got very elite taste. So I have a group for the first half of the show that comes in just for choral, and that is broad. It's not only Catholic. I have very loyal listeners that are not necessarily Catholic, that just love choral music and that are also supporting Uthula as a person as well. They listen a lot. The same with my gospel hour. My gospel hour is more very predominantly Catholic in terms of his support, but nakona there are people who are not Catholic who just enjoy my radio work, who support. But I mean, we range on a good show from 15 to 20,000 listeners, so it's not bad.
Yesterday I was listening to SABC for they were talking about community radios that are struggling. So how do you survive on?
We're barely afloat
because there's because there's social media now. There's TikTok, there's YouTube, there's so community radios. I understand why they are struggling.
The problem is that as Abantu who manage these things, we sometimes refuse to see how we can incorporate social media into the normal traditional, so-called traditional media. So that's why, in my opinion, people are struggling because they fail to, if you are a community radio station and you don't exist on social media, especially this TikTok thing is just everywhere now, you know. So if you don't exist there, obviously you will struggle because that's the and another thing, for instance, if Nanawe, we are just chatting about something, it will be formal introduction, and then I tell you the main thing, and then maybe the punchline at the end. But social media came and changed that whole thing. Exactly. You must have your punchline first. You must still give me something that will keep me listening. Otherwise, I will just change. So I think radio must also change in that regard. You know, when we, like, I try to structure my shows such that I give the best things, the things that people want to, you know, it's not like there's a feature on the second hour of the show that people like and they'll only come for that and go away. You know, so you give that sort of, you change the way you present things, social media. But our radio station, yes, we are struggling financially because the ICASA licenses are very expensive. But the support from the church and Catholics is what is keeping us afloat. So there are a lot of donors, there are a lot of supporters of the show. And, you know, with democracy to the politic, religious-centered institutions are not sponsored with public funds, you know, so we have to find funds somewhere else. Even editorial, it's hard to find because we are a religious station, you know, or a faith-based, that's what it's called, faith-based, so it's not necessarily, it's not supposed to be sponsored by a public funding.
Thulas, you came up with a single.
Hey, you're going straight to it, ne? You must follow me, Sia. No, actually, COVID for me, Sia, was a blessing in disguise. As sihlele emakhaya siporegile, we're like, what can I do? What can I do? And I decided to, as in, I have a few leave days with staying at home. We don't need leave. I go to the employer and say, I'm selling you my leave days. Give me some money. Then he gives me money. And then I recorded my first album in 2020. When was 2021? That time, lockdown was very...
Yes.
I recorded an album titled Just Wenong Tandayo. That I released the whole album of 11 tracks, gospel, yes. And then...
11 tracks?
Yes, I've got the whole 11 tracks. They're available everywhere.
Oh, okay.
And then 2022, I released a single as well, and then this year I released a single. I'm working towards an album actually next year. Probably by Easter time I'll be releasing an album. But the latest one is Just Wenong Tandayo. That I released a couple of weeks ago. Actually 2 weeks ago. I released an album and it was number 2 in the country.
I saw it.
Yeah, so I was very pleased with the love and the support. Ingoma Mamam, this one. So in the beginning of the song, I do a bit of an intro, say, this is my mom's song. So I needed to record it because my mom passed away when I was 16, by the way. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a song I released, and it's doing well. People love it, and I've got a lot of good feedback and some testimonials about people how they use it for different situations in their lives. So as an artist, that's what is more fulfilling for me. Yeah.
So we see everyone now is going a single. No one's doing album now. What's the catch on doing single?
Man, inkinga. Remember, music is digital now. You know, and like I said earlier when we were talking about social media, the world is moving fast into in a buffet. You pick what you like and move away from it. You understand? So that's why we moved away from bulking music. Like right now, I'm just doing an album because that's what it's called. But more than anything, it's an EP that I'm working on. Nakona, it's released, yes, as an EP, but in a sense, since music is digital now, people just sample what they like and they take that away. You know, so in the music industry now, the money is not on sales of music. The sales of music are mainly for your profile. So the money is in the bookings, the money is in the performance. So that's where the money is. So really recording big, it's expensive to record music. So recording a big work of 15, 12 tracks, when people are just now going to sample 2 tracks out of that, and you understand? So you need to be very strategic about it, you know. It's really more about, that's where the catch it is. It's more about keeping your profile, keeping yourself in people's ears, keeping your music on rotation on radio stations, and then the organizers will book you and then. So that's basically why people are going tracks, 2 songs, EP, 5 songs, you know, because big artists, you know, big artists will make money on sales. But I mean, if I can tell you how much money I get by you downloading my song, it's peanuts, man. So I need a lot of people to download my song to sort of translate to what I've invested into the song. So that's not where the money is.
Then to like choral music and gospel. Do you believe in choral music?
Okay, choral music found me. Hey.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I grew up. My mom was a conductor.
Yeah.
My mom was an educator. My dad was an economist and accountant. Both Catholics.
Yeah.
My dad sang in my mom's choir. So that I'm wajola no conductor. Wachata no conductor work. So ekhaya sikhule kuculwa a lot. Siyacula sonke ekhaya. And so my mom was very versatile. Nami, I would like to think myself to be versatile. She did traditional music. She did startup Mia. Like I'm from Ladysmith, by the way, the home of Ladysmith Black Mambazo.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's home in Nambi.
Okay.
Yes. So where Ladysmith Black Mambazo is from, that's where I'm going over this December holidays. Yeah, that's my home. So we grew up with traditional startup Mia music, traditional dance music, choral music. My mom was a choral music conductor, and she instructed all these music genres or artistic forms in her primary school. So she would take this at home. There was another day where my big brother was very angry. My mom walked in on a Friday afternoon with about 16 kids. They were going to a competition the next morning on a Saturday, and the will start a meal. So we had to iron their shirts and tie. And apparently the lounge was full. Our beds was so we were all we were high school at that time, Tina. So we are ironing these kids, we are dressing them up, and they won. So that was my mom, and that's where the culture of music comes in. But again, Doremi and all that. Funny enough, Mnaga, I'm not one of those who grew that with that at school. I met it at tertiary, by the way. Now my high school choir conductor, I went to a Catholic school. Sister, one fundisa umculo, and a Welshman, you know, just piano, and you sing along to that, and we sang a lot of kindergarten songs. We didn't even know at the time that we were singing amaculo wase crash. We are in high school, but still amaculo wase crash, but we didn't know that, we just sang. Then when I went to tertiary at Durban, then I joined the choir, thinking I am not so joining choir like in school, and then I want to, then we learned the technique, and I don't know if you know about the choir that is called the Zulu Kingdom Choir.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, that choir in Durban, it's conducted by
now it's not
Mdu Shezi is the conductor. That's the guy who introduced choral music to me. He was my conductor at tertiary in 1999. He conducted me for the first time. Diva Me, Fiso. First time.
A tertiary.
A tertiary, yeah. So then we know Satika and all that. It was lovely back in the years. And then I grew up in that. I joined SA Singers when it was formed for the first time, when they broke away from Durban Serenade. Yes, and they started. I was one of the members in the beginning, and then later I joined Claremont Community Choir, and then I've been with Claremont Community Choir for many years, and then I moved to Cape Town. Worked in Cape Town 6 years. You're talking about
big choirs.
Yeah. I've been part of choirs. Just that, more of it in the background. When Claremont Community Choir won the first. Old Mutual. I was the CEO of the chair of the choir at that time. Yes, I managed the choir. Even when we defended it, I was managing the choir. I've been around. See.
You mentioned your dad 2 times. What is he?
He passed away as well. My mom passed away when I was 16. My dad passed away when I was 18. Just 2 years apart. They passed away. So we basically by 5 ekaya.
Yes.
So we my older brother was 4 years older than me. My sister is 2 years older than me. Then we have siblings who are 8 years and 10 years younger than us. So we basically fathered them and sakhulizana kanjalo.
But Kulsana, when Thulas, you grew up in a church environment.
Yes.
Who was managing you? The elder brother was saying, no, you can't go this way, go this way.
But I owe my being, everything I have. I owe it to. That is why I'm mainly individually more in a gospel kind of a thing, because I'm very religious and I'm a believer. But I owe my being to the Catholic Church, the Roman Catholic Church. They took me to school, a very good school in Northern KZN called Nkamana High School. My parents couldn't afford that accommodation, that education. Very good, very historical schools. The like of Mavuso Msimang went there, Mbeki, Zanele went there. A lot of people, Kes Lupisi, a lot of people went. Even Professor Otingumalu, a lot of people went to that high school. All 5 of us at home went to that high school. The Roman Catholic Church paid for us. When I told you, my mom passed away when I was 16. When I was going to tertiary, I knew no one in Durban at the time. I walked into Durban with only a 3,000 rand check from the church. That's how I managed to pay registration fee, get a place to stay, and then so that's basically what I have. I had at that time, and so for our parents and exposing us to that kind of life and education, it sort of molded us very early in life. And yes, my brother was only 4 years older than me, 2 years older than my sister, but he really parented us on those principles, and he really fathered us and mothered us. So he had to drop out of school. He was at Verts at the time when mom passed away. He had to drop out and find a job. He found a job at Transnet. So we really grew up like parenting each other like that. And Sakula, and luckily we all managed to be something in life. And the last born, Esekaya Ngumfundis, in the same church now, is a priest. Yes, whose father was ordained last year. So we managed to do well and give back to the church a whole priest. Basically,
what a beautiful story.
I owe my whole being to the Catholic Church and everything. Everything.
Beautiful story, bro. Tell us, things zenzekile this year. Let's talk about choral. There were highs and lows.
If I give you a general impression of this year, I would say we did well. Very well. From where we come from, a lot of people had written off the genre.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
a lot of people has already said, choral is dead. Choral is dead. It's not coming back. It's, you know. So for the people that actually made the effort, made available the resources, the time, to plan the events and resurrect the associations, and host very beautiful events. Yes, we can always have a red pen when we attend these things, but I mean, that's human nature. But nonetheless, I think, in my opinion, we did very well here. We did very well, extremely well. There are associations that didn't resurrect, big associations. There are companies that were liquidated, you know. There are companies that we grew up knowing, whose names we'll never hear of. So what is a choral music organization compared to those companies, big brands that were liquidated? So to be able, remember, we are basing everything we have on okay, let me put it this way. The main funders of what we do is ourselves.
Is us,
Yes, it's us.
Exactly.
We don't have big sponsors falling from heaven. You know, we don't have big names like, coming to our aid. So the big funders of what we do is ourselves. Then even the ones that come in to support us with the resources are people who are attached to us anyway. You know, so are people who have some invested interests in the genre. You understand? It's not people who like, what can I do? Let me look around, and it's not my business, but this thing is worth a couple of thousands. No, it's not that. So that's why I'm saying we did well. We did well. We need to pat ourselves on the back. We can only grow from here. In all honesty, we did very well. We did well. We mustn't be shy to say that.
Your highlights?
The best show. For me, I know it's controversial, but you ask for my opinion.
Okay.
Was the Verdi Requiem by Gauteng Choristers. For me, that was 2023. That's the very early, was it April roundabout, ne?
Yeah, it was April.
Yeah, roundabout April. For me, that was world class. That was world class, man. That production can be put in any stage in the world. In my opinion, we really enjoyed good quality music, good accompaniment, very brilliant soloists. People will kill me for saying this. Should I say it? I'm one of those who was like, I'm not sure about Pumeza. This voice is where exactly? You know, I've heard her perform in a lot of places. I was not sure about Pumeza. How, you know about that voice, because I'm a layman when it comes to in umculo, you know, just use this not technique and training. Sure. But that show, I ate humble pie. I truly appreciated that lady's voice. What she did at Verdi Requiem. That's when I realized the class of the woman. You know, you really, she's one of those that you must consume relaxed, you know, so I really enjoyed Pumeza's voice. I love Ru, and I think he did well for a young artist, that bass guy, Ruben Bonambi. I love him, So that was my highlight. And then in terms of the competition space, sure, okay. How should I say this? I think my association did well.
Swane.
I had not Swane. I'm the leader right now. I'm the president of an association of Catholic choirs.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
okay.
I'm the president of Catholic. I must give you my CV. So I think we managed to pull off. We had our final competitions. These are choirs that come from the whole of Limpopo, Botswana, bit of Swaziland, all of Mpumalanga, and Gauteng. We have a few choirs from Northwest, Mafikeng and Kimberley as well. So it's mostly northern parts of Southern Africa are participating. So what happens is they have their own local competitions, and then in December we have the finals. So yeah. Next year I will invite you.
Please,
So we did well, man. We did very well. We had our finals in Regina Mundi in the first weekend of December in Soweto. So we did well. That was the highlight for me.
You had finals this last?
Yeah, just the first weekend. Yeah, the first weekend of December. Yeah, we had very, very beautiful show. And that was, for me, the highlight. I know I'm being selfish about this. Then what the Eswatini choirs did at Melodini Yatswana can never be undone. That is very brilliant.
I didn't see you there.
Yeah?
I didn't see you there.
I managed to be unseen.
James,
I managed to be unseen. No, I did not come in person, but I was following on the stream. I had, like I said earlier, I have a radio show on Sundays, so I couldn't be there. And then the Saturday happened to be my brother's anniversary, the one who was ordained last year. So the Saturday happened to be his anniversary, so we just had to entertain him. Yeah, so I couldn't be there in person, but I followed it, and even at the comfort of my home later, when everything was done, I watched a lot I consumed a lot of your content. I consumed a lot of what was on the stream as well. But for the competition itself, I think they did very well. Very well. The organizers' point of view. But we lagged. I'm saying we on attendance and support. But this is general, eh? Even with Battle of the Municipalities, same thing. It's very hard. I don't know. I think the only thing that seems to get support is SASCE. Maybe it's because it's free. I don't know.
But people are coming from different provinces, even SASCE, and they are willing to go and attend. And it was exactly like that Nalapa Kuti Choral. When there's Voices of the Nation, Gauteng Choristers, SA Singers, Kopan Chorus. We were talking about
big brand,
Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. But the attendance was poor. While we have those ones. And now Mr. Mpiane said the sponsor of the event said now the competition now is open
to everybody,
to everyone from other provinces. So asking myself, how are we going to come up with supporters? Because now I think they need, I don't know, emotional what to engage them to come to the competitions. Because we had our Kaizer Chiefs. If you're saying no, I will call Free State Stars to come. It comes with what?
I think we need to be consistent and patient. That's my attitude. Akuvelwa kanye kanye. In Sisulu, there's a saying that says, you concentrate on battles you can win. Win them. Create the brand, create the reputation, and invest in marketing, invest in crowd pullers, build up to the competition, kind of a thing. That would be my advice to Mr. Moyo and team. I take nothing from what they did. It was very humbling and very beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Yes, but I think really once the competition becomes a national sort of event, then it will take a lot. It will actually take collaboration with local associations. It will take collaborations with municipalities, that might support and transport these choirs, maybe with their supporters and their families. So it will take a lot of broadening the scope, and that's the first. And the second, I think, with all organizers, doesn't necessarily apply to Tswane. I think we need to start looking at new way of doing things. This what we do here, the live stream and the podcast you have, brilliant. Let's incorporate it into what we do and use it as a tool. But my honest opinion, Sia, is live streaming events that people are paying for. We need to rethink that. I know I'm being controversial. Sia, you are sitting at home.
I can't pay for someone to sit at home and watch.
You understand?
You're right, James. You're right.
You are sitting at home. You are consuming content that the people who are sitting in the hall paid to consume. You are consuming it for free.
Paid 300. Then I paid that 300 from Rain a month.
Yes, you understand? So you're paying someone else to consume this content. You're not paying the competition organizers.
Yes.
You're not paying the sponsors. You're paying someone else to consume this content at the luxury and the comfort of your home.
Yes.
You understand? So I was asked by one person on our social media spaces, why are we not live streaming our? Maybe that's even why you don't know about it. The Catholic. I said no. People are paying, and that church takes 3,000 seated people. It was packed.
I know.
It was packed. It was packed. We had to hire extra chairs. People came. So why must I take that content and give it to someone who's sitting at home for free? It's good, but my thinking is, if we can't find a way of making the consumer of this content pay for it, then we should rethink. It's good. It's moving with the times. Yes. But there must be. There are organizations that are selling tickets for you to get streaming rights. It's just an extra cost. But no, that's another thing. We need to rethink. We need to rethink.
No, you're right. You're right.
Understand?
Because I can.
Because look at this from this angle. You're streaming and you are having 200 or 300 people in the hall.
Yes.
And then you have over 1,000 people
viewers
watching.
Yes. And that money does not come to you. It
doesn't come to you.
They get the same content.
Those not paying you.
You paid the streamer. You paying the camera crew. You paying the sound crew. You paying for the data. Yes.
In fact, to a large extent, the choirs that come, you feed them.
Yes. You paid for all this.
To what end?
No, guys,
and then you're giving this.
I think someone will listen to this conversation. Then maybe they will sit down and come up with something.
Yes, there is a way
of this thing of live screening.
Yes, I did investigate it. I did research it. There is a way of doing it. It's just that it's an extra cost, but there is a way of making a streamer pay. Content. Yes, you must own the channel, and the person who wants to view it, they must have paid for that. It's I think it's the only way. It's only the right thing to do.
To drive them to the hall.
Yes. if you know coming to the hall, then you miss out.
Yes.
Because during COVID, right, most artists, these secular music artists, right, they did shows from the comfort of their homes. And people paid to watch online. So why can't we also try that?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, we need to.
You're right, James.
We need to find a way of doing that.
Yeah, Thulas. For me, as I was saying, the audience here, I think, you need support now, after COVID. Things are not the same. And we had a sponsor, All Mutual. and not disappear without saying anything. I don't know if you know anything.
Hey.
But I don't know anything. Where are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I don't know, man. I disagree with the notion that audience needs a support because, like I was saying earlier, the main funders of this thing of ours, it's ourselves.
It's ourselves, yeah.
You know, so we cannot pass it to anyone else. You know, we cannot pass the responsibility to someone else and say, "Hey, old Michelle, where did you disappear to?" Can you understand? We cannot make it their responsibility. They we will attract them, by resurrecting it, and refocusing our energies on being constructive. You know, that's another downside of this live streaming things here. It's toxic. I'm sorry to say this, but whoever is watching, the comments on these live streams. No, the sense of entitlement, Sia. From people who you just look at this person and say, this person has not even managed a quartet from his church choir.
Yeah.
He wants to tell a competition organizer or a person who's managing His Majesty's Correctional Services Choir, how to do business, how to manage a choir, what to do and what not to do. The sense of entitlement, the sense of tear him down. You know, Swane came with a brilliant idea of bringing these program directors and training them.
Yes. The young guys there.
You understand? And geez, man, the comments about those kids. They are very, 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 very shameless and heartbreaking. You understand? When you read the comments, so this person thought it's okay to say this about this person. This person thought it's okay to say this about this performance. You know,
and those were kids.
You understand, bro?
It's easy to break them.
You understand? That girl, if she can read, I hope she doesn't. If she can read some of the things that were said about her on that thing, she'll probably never have the energy to stand up and speaking to public people. It's not easy. And addressing 3,000 people.
The young lady for me was brilliant. I even said to James, I said, you know, what I like about her, he's talking her age.
Yes.
He doesn't want to be big.
Yes. At her level, thinking at her level, consuming the content at her level. Because that's another way of keeping the genre alive.
Yes.
You understand? If we reach down to the next generation, you understand? Like we had a brief conversation a couple of years ago with Michael Dingan on that, COVID release. We had a plan, a big plan of bridging that gap between SASCE and adult choirs. You know what happens to these kids?
Yes.
Those 5-7 years before they really join adult choirs or they're into the economic sector and they're, productive adults. What happens to them there? Because tertiary institutions, we have a Satika, for instance, and now we have what is that one? That's just the name.
This one I saw it this year. It's happening after SASCE.
Yes, I forgot the name now, and I was emceeing there. I was emceeing there. I forgot the name. Okay, but nonetheless,
the cultural.
Yes, I just forgot something. Hyperfest. Sorry, Mike. And all right, Hyperfest and Satika. In my opinion, they infested with people that are not at tertiary. It's the truth. See, those choirs, majority of them are people just from adult choirs.
Okay.
You understand? They take on stage and, you understand how many and what is the mechanism. I've seen it with the so-called white people competitions. They're strict on this kind of accreditation. What is the means of saying the choir that represents Durban University of Technology
Yeah.
must comprise of 80% registered students, or employees of the institutions. You understand? Then the 20% you can start looking at reinforcement, artistry, hiring soloists and stuff like that. You understand? So when you attend these competitions and you see a guy that you are singing with, what is that? Opera South Africa chorus. I was part of that chorus a couple of years ago. I see a guy I was singing with there. He's part of this choir. There's no way that this guy is going to use wusu. There's no way. You understand? And he's got his own friends. And I know I'm maybe hitting a hornet's nest right now, but I'm sorry to do that. But yeah, that's why a lot of people don't like me a lot. I say some things that I shouldn't be saying.
Thulas, I get what you're saying, but we are struggling in numbers as community choirs.
Why?
I don't know why. I noticed that at Tswane.
Yeah.
If you look at our choirs, Battle of the Nations.
Yes.
That 80 number or 70 number,
yes,
we were further than that number. But Swaziland, they came with their numbers.
Okay, there are two dynamics to it. Yeah, it's my opinion, please. There are two dynamics to it. If we are struggling with numbers, then let's use what we have. Then let's change the structure of our competitions or our performances to chamber choirs, small ensembles. Why can't we exist there?
Yeah.
Is it a downgrade
Yeah.
if we say a large choir must only be 40 people?
Yeah.
And we prescribe music for 40 people.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
Exactly.
If like it's happening at World Choir Games and the likes, international competitions, why are we insisting on 80 and 60?
I'm always asking the time, okay, we took that Western music, big songs of Mozart.
Yes.
Then we put 80 people for those songs.
Yes.
Myself, did Mozart wrote this song for 80 people?
80 people.
I don't think so.
Do you understand? Yes. Do you understand? Yes. So why are we insisting on that if we are struggling with numbers? That's the first dynamic. The second dynamic, I work a lot with choirs from Botswana. And like I said, from Swaziland, in the Catholic Church space. Our sets of problems are not their set of problems. We were in Soweto. I was telling their treasurer, the choirs of Botswana's treasurer, I was telling her that the township that you are in now can actually feed the entire population of your country.
Yes.
There are more people in this township than in your own country, in your whole country.
Yes.
There are 5 million plus people in Soweto. The population of Botswana is about 3 million.
You see?
The whole country's population. Do you understand? So even the set of problems, the economic structures, the same with Eswatini. You understand? So for them, entertainment is a thing. For them, participation is the thing. You understand? They don't have all these other options that the young people are exposed to. They don't have all these other things that people will rather do than be stuck with singing Do Re Mi Fa So. Do you understand? So our set of problems are not the same.
Yeah.
So we cannot, if we want to compare ourselves to them, we'd rather compare apples with apples. So my opinion is that we need to restructure our brand such that it fits what we have. Do you understand? You cannot pour from an empty jug. You cannot. So you need to work with what you have and then grow from there. We cannot start prescribing that choirs. We did it with COVID. The KZN arts and culture competitions. When you remember when there were restrictions on how many people can be on stage, we did it. We had beautiful competitions. We were saying choirs shouldn't be more than 20 on stage and the choristers must be a meter apart.
Yes.
It happened.
Yes.
Beautiful music was released.
Beautiful,
So why are we so stuck on
60 voices.
60, 80, 40. Why are we stuck on that if it's not working? Understand? We can grow from that. There are people who can afford to have that. There are people who cannot afford to have it. Why not bridge the gap? You understand? So that for me is neither here nor there to say we are struggling with numbers. We have numbers. It's just that it's not the numbers that we prescribe.
Yeah.
And music can be made with what Sidwell did with that small group of choristers. That was genius, man.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. That small group of Gauteng choristers at Swane sang very well. Very well. So why are we saying we need
big numbers?
No. We don't need big numbers. Instead, we need big numbers in the hall.
Exactly.
We need big numbers in the bums on seats. That's what we need.
Honoring of Sidwell.
That was beautiful.
Swane.
Very humble. And Monty. That was nice to watch. You know, I've worked with Sidwell. I started working with him. He was our official coach when I was at Claremont Community Choir. So we invited him a lot. We would stay in Durban a whole week or two. So I really encountered him as a person. Even when he stopped working, I think he was working for ESCOM at the time, and said he's concentrating on music full time. I was there, you know. So the bravest decision, maybe decisions that the man has taken, and the strides he's taken, and the achievements he's managed to do, albeit accepting that in the choral music space of South Africa, you cannot forego competitions. That was his gospel. He said, I can do all these shows, I can do all these concerts, I can tour overseas with the choir, I've done that. But I cannot forget the fact that in order to be relevant in South Africa, you still need to be present on competition stages.
Yes.
And he did that brilliantly. A lot of people, big brands, choirs that achieved a lot in competitions went away, including my choir, by the way, Claremont Community Choir, went away in trying to make a brand outside the competition space. And it doesn't work in South Africa. So that's one thing I really value and honor Sidwell for, staying true to that, while at the same time showing us that it is possible to stage a Verdi Requiem. It is possible that there's another concert they did with that, was it Boston Philharmonic Youth Orchestra, also Regina Moon. Brilliant show they did. That chorus was wonderful. So I really, really think that had we really been sincere about it, we could have even back then honored him with the Ngoma Award when we had those awards by Old Mutual NCF. Really, I don't think the gesture is enough for what the man has done. We really, in all our corners, need to show him the appreciation, especially after his health just deteriorated. We nearly lost the man. And he conducted with a stroke, he conducted with a bent foot, he conducted with one arm, he resurrected himself from that and came back and gave us good music still, you know. And I love the fact that now he's slowly giving over the choir to Xolani, and we see the fruits of that as well. So I mean, it's one of those things that we as a genre need to be appreciative of. Not only him, there are many others, but particularly honoring him like that. I think bravo to all the people who thought it to be prudent to do that. It was nice to see.
That was outstanding for me also.
Yeah, beautiful, man.
Right, you know that guy, say, humble giant.
Very.
The person that I called, I think on my first episode, he didn't hesitate. He didn't check the numbers. He's a broadcaster also.
Yes.
Broadcasters, they used to check numbers. What are you doing? He didn't check everything. He said, what time, venue?
I'll be there.
I'm starting at hospital. After that, I'm coming. Then
you understand?
We enjoy it.
You understand? So it's really been a servant of the genre. And if we had some sort of Hall of Fame, man. Yeah. No, we need to work together, man. HCR, we need to work together.
I was thinking of the mother body. Let me say so. The mother body. There are couple of mother bodies that
you see, understand.
I don't know
if
they where are they existing, but some you see they are doing things like there's this what is that? It's going province by province. Confessor.
Yes.
Yeah. But not everyone know what Confessor stand for, unless they came to your province. Then you're closer to someone.
Yes.
Then they invite you. Then you will know what they are doing.
Yeah.
But people in choral space, not everyone know what are they doing.
Yes.
There's also South African Choral Music Association, SASCE. I don't know if they still exist.
They still exist.
They still exist.
Yes.
I think we need to have one now. But I don't know how, because there's territories. People
That's a problem.
Choral music is their territory. This is my territory. No one can come and do it.
Yeah, it's a problem.
This.
And you know I'm a 2000. See, I call them God's favorite generation.
Yeah.
Because they smell this nonsense from far. And they're like, I'm not going to be part of that.
Exactly.
So the future will not have these kids, because the kids that we have in the genre or in the industry are already so involved in these politics, social media squabbles. I belong to this. Don't you understand? Already. So they're already contaminated in their thinking. So they will not transform the genre. Like what you are saying about that lady MC, she became true to herself, she became true to her age, and she broadcasted in that level, and she cracked jokes at that level. She pronounced words the same way she sees them. She didn't care who says what. And you know what I'm saying? So that's Summer 2000, and they will change the world, these kids, and we better start realizing that they're not going anywhere. So we really need to be working with them in shaping the future. So my point here, Sia, is I've been advocating for what you are saying, a structure that is national, that is filtering down to provinces, that filters down to districts. You know, that in that way, you can even attract sponsors. I worked with Old Mutual, you know, a lot. And in the corridors, one common commentary was, these people don't know what they're doing. We cannot be associated with this. You understand? So Old Mutual ended up, should I be saying such things?
Yeah, you can say.
Ended.
This is going to be a truth, and always remember, his opinions are not for our show.
Right. So let me say it. They ended up having an employee who took care of the project.
Yes.
You know? And that is not how sponsorship works. You understand? You need to carry on with your own project. The sponsor must play their own part on the side. We had a sponsor who was calling choirs, arranging buses, arranging accommodation, sending out booklets and telling us what to happen, running the program, setting up the stage. And, and we had a committee that just was doing the vote of thanks.
Now you come up with something else.
You understand? So it's our fault. It's our fault. We need to. I might not have the details of what was happening, but from where we could see, you know, to save face and save the brand that is Old Mutual.
Now I can see
the sponsor had to go.
Now I can see the sponsor. Other day I want to ask him. I want to ask the sponsor for your question, but he was busy with sound check. So now I get you.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Is that the sponsor's responsibility?
No.
To be sending a whole crew.
Not at all.
To set up. To be coordinating transport. And to be calling conductors, giving them order of performance. coordinating with adjudicators, coordinating with caterers, sponsor?
No.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I get you. I get you.
So yeah, that's our fault. We cannot pass it to anyone, and so we really need to have a structure that looks into that, and maybe you can initiate it. Yeah, we'll follow you, man. We will follow and support you.
Sydney, you are in a media space, guys. If we can organize Imbizo.
Yes,
and have those Confessor, SACMA, yeah.
Yes, and all these associations.
And all the provincials.
Yes.
Then we sit down.
Regionals.
We come to one conclusion.
Yes.
But I don't know. I wish the territorial guys...
My province of birth does not have an association.
KZN?
Yes. How many big choirs do you have there?
Yeah.
We just won't clash of the choirs. You don't have a singing competition with KZN.
Yes.
They will show you flames.
They showed us.
Do you understand? Do you understand? KZN, you don't touch them. They sting. But because of clash in personalities, bigotry, jealousy, conflict, and we don't even have an association to speak of. Just an association in the province. It doesn't exist. People exist in silos.
Yes.
But the problem is with my Zulu people, once they have to fight everyone else, they will stick together.
And fight.
Yes, they'll fight. But when they are together, they will fight each other. But don't put them against anyone else.
Yeah.
Then you will be my homeboy.
I noticed that one.
Do you understand? That's how we are. And I mean, it's just that we are too proud to say some things here. We can learn a lot from SASCE.
Yeah.
You know the model of SASCE? Yes, it's funded. Yes, it's sponsored. Yes. But the model. If we just take that model and escalate it to Department of Arts and Culture, it can work. That model can work.
Yeah.
We can learn a lot. Yes, SASCE has got its own problems. It's a big set of problems.
But first you must have that.
But the model, the prototype. This is how they do things. This is how information filters from one level to the other. This is the centers of responsibility. This is the national committee. This is the provincial committee. This is the regional committee. This is the local district committee. And this is how they filter information.
And the way they work exactly.
Do you understand? This is how they make sure that the project supports itself. And this is how they make sure that they produce a good quality product at the end of the year or in June. So we can learn from that.
Yeah. So
it's just and then you put a disclaimer. That is my opinion, but you're pushing me to say it. The problem is, in my opinion, some people must retire first. I didn't say die. I said they must retire. They must just hand over the baton and say, I've done my part.
Yes.
You can take over from here. Do you understand? They say a man who has not prepared his children for a day he's no longer around is a failed man. The same way our leaders who have not prepared us for the day when they can no longer do certain things.
Yes.
They've failed.
Yes.
So now we have young people, very vibrant young people, younger even than you and I, that are trying to do certain things, that are trying to come up with other things. Like this year alone, I don't know if you are aware, there was a boom of small competitions, new things.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
Led by young people. You can see that people are trying to do something. So all you're asking yourself is, what if we could just concentrate this effort?
We attend Soweto Chorale. Yeah. Beautiful.
Do you understand? So if we could just coordinate this effort, put these resources in one bucket, they'll go further.
Yeah.
You understand? They'll go further. Yeah. If we had structures, reliable, trustworthy people, not people who want to, leading us, and we support them with what we can. And in that way, we are able to build the genre. Because the genre is not dying. Ne? I refuse to say that. It is not dying. It is merely changing form. And we are refusing to let it to change form. Then we're calling it's dead. Because it's not what we want it to be, or it's what we know it to be.
Yeah.
If it's not what we know it to be, it's not dead. Even culture, bruh. Even culture transforms. Even if what you and I, maybe you identify as Zulu, or you identify as Xhosa, or you identify as Ugajene, even that has evolved with time. So why must you be stagnant? You understand? We must allow things. It's just changing form.
Yes.
And we must change with it. We must change with it. There are things that will forever remain, of course. There are things that will forever remain. That makes it what it is. That they identify as this is the genre.
Yeah.
You understand? You know, you'd be singing a Catholic song. You know, we are known, these mainline churches, for structured music. And verses and everything. You'll be singing it with a bit of tender, and the Catholics will be like, yo, why are you? Understand? And then you ask yourself, does God care? You understand? Does God care how he's praised? Because the means of praising God it's the same.
Yes.
We're still praising the same God. Why can't I take what the certain church, the Pentecostal charismatic church, is doing and infuse it in my church in praising the same God without upsetting certain people? You understand? Why can't we as choral people take what we see? Like if Bukamuso can come with the model of what is happening at World Choir, and all the people that have participated there, at World Choir Games, at these international competitions. If they could just share that print with us and say, this is what is working in the international space. Change this and change this and change that. Old Michelle tried, by the way, if you remember, in the last years, they were trying to change certain things. They were trying to introduce more choice of songs. They were trying to introduce more vibrant kind of music on the stage while keeping the traditional art form. But they're trying to understand.
Yeah, but
why are we?
But now, by Old Mutual is coming back to what you said. It's done by a sponsor. If we had this board, maybe.
Exactly.
This is cutting about everything changing.
Yes, would have paid the school fees by now. Would have learned how not to do it. We would have learned out. Okay, this is not working. This is what working. We stick with this. We try this. You know, this year. We're changing this and that. This year we're changing this and that. You understand? But I just find that even these new competitions that are coming on board, and the ones that didn't come on board, like Calabash. Even the ones that are coming, that thing costed me a lot of money.
Really?
But yeah, water under the bridge. A lot of things in choral has costed me money. So if you look at what they're trying to do, is more of the same.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You understand? I can't be in 3 competition venues over 3 consecutive weekends. By 3 different organizers, but consuming almost the same thing. Doesn't encourage me to pay. Doesn't encourage me to buy the ticket. What I had this week is the same as what I'm hearing next week. Is the same as what I'm hearing. Even prescriptions here. I mean, we have brilliant composers, young composers, old composers.
But you're repeating the same.
You know, but people are still prescribing what they know. Still prescribing what they sang in 1984.
Hence we need that motherboard. Because there will be a department of music.
Yes.
That will say, that will have a database of all composers.
Prehistoric stuff there. It's fine. It's a category. If you want to sing that music, it's fine. But there's also a choice to sing this. There's also a choice to sing this. There's also, you understand?
Yes.
How do we? No, and another big thumbs up for the Tswane guys is keeping it local.
Yeah.
That
one was
brilliant.
Beautiful. That one was
Brilliant.
beautiful. And we didn't know some music there.
Yeah.
And beautiful music.
Yes. Keeping it local. That's the way to go, man.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
Thulas, man, if we need your music, which platforms can we go?
Everywhere. Everywhere. I use a platform called TuneCore, and
TuneCore.
Yeah, it's a store that sells digital music, and they put it in all music libraries, even people in China, all music digital platforms. You go to Deezer and type THULASIZWE GUQU NDLOVU. You go to YouTube, you go to Spotify, you go to Shazam, you go to everywhere. Amazon, iTunes.
Yes,
my music is there. All my music, from my first album to my 2 singles and this latest one. All my music is there.
Okay, then for bookings? Whether MC or you go to sing.
Yes. You contact me, my Facebook and TikTok, and it's called X now. I'm THULASIZWE GUQU NDLOVU. I'm not big on Insta because I just feel Insta is more for influencers, not business people like me. So I'm THULASIZWE GUQU NDLOVU on all platforms. You can inbox me there. I do answer inboxes. The number is available as well on my Facebook profile, but I can give it out. It's 078-503-8590. That's my number. Can call me directly. I don't have a manager. Manage myself. So there's no third person. There's no middleman. You pay me to my account. But thanks for the opportunity, bro. People can really reach out, and I do a lot of MCing. I'm going to MC just next weekend. I do a lot of hosting. I do a lot of singing as well. Performance. But mainly gospel, please. I do a bit of contemporary stuff, like I'm doing at a wedding now on the 29th. I'm doing a wedding. They asked me to do a bit of ringo there. I do that, but it's not. I'm not big on that. I do it. I'm available, man. With the time that I have in my hands, I do try and support all events. I was telling Zim6 the other day, the carols, that are you aware that all the bishop concerts, they happen at the time I start my radio show? All of them. So all of them, all your events are clashing with my radio show. How do I support you? But I've bought the tickets. But it's more than that. I want to be there. I want to be a bum on the seat. I've sponsored a few tickets, but it's not about that. I want to be there. Maybe that's another thing for us radio broadcasters. Why can't we have a choral music show on a Wednesday?
On Wednesday, yes.
Why must all the choral music show be on Sunday? All of them.
Exactly.
They're on Sunday.
Exactly. Why must we wait for Sunday?
So, exactly. Other radio stations are clashing exactly the same time. You hop from one, and they're all SABC, some of them. You hop from one, you listen to, says you move. It's the same. Round about the same couple of hours. It's all choral. Why?
I don't know who said you don't want choral music during the week.
Who doesn't want to? But maybe that's another thing. See, people don't know what choral music does to you.
Yes.
Man.
Yes.
You can have a life change just by consuming choral music before you get up and go to work in the morning. You know, it does a lot.
Yes.
And it's scientifically proven and researched, by the way. It's not just, you know, the people who research music that is suitable for a breastfeeding mother, music that is suitable for... I've never seen Mapiano being prescribed for those psychological... So you go to a spa right now and listen to the music that they play there. Yeah. It's very classical. It's very beautiful. So I'm talking too much. Yeah.
Yeah, but no. Sekunqonelela impumelelo kumsebenzi wonke owenzayo.
No, inkosi man.
Yeah, ingakumbi koliqala lomculo fonini. Kufuneka kusetyenzwe kutyiwe. Sine-families. To sponsor sinabantwana to take to school.
Yeah, no,
so
I really
sisebenze kutyiwe mntu.
Yeah, I really hope. It's just that man, the papa me late man. My voice was beautiful. I had a very beautiful voice. It's not reaching certain notes, you know. I'm an engineer by profession. But that's basically what it is. I just had the brain to get the qualifications. But I'm not an engineer. I'm an artist. I am not. I can do engineering. Yes. To feed my family and myself. But I'm an artist.
Yeah.
You know, so it will really be lovely. That's why now I'm concentrating my energies on getting my music out there, but also creating platforms for other people. Like the lady, a lot of people don't know this, the lady who was hosting the live stream at Swane.
For Coral Make.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my product.
Oh.
We don't brag about such things. But I spotted her. I told her she can do it. I gave her tips. I trained her on things that she can do to look at. I gave her the downloads and the ins and outs of the genre, and she did well. She did very well, and she can do a lot of things. That woman, highly talented, highly talented. But so that's me.
So
that's
our Coral Media is rich.
Yes,
but we need to
work together.
To work together.
See, I said to you the other day, we were doing NCF.
Yeah.
I said I don't understand why you and I are trying to achieve the same means.
Yes.
You have a photographer, you are paying. I have a photographer, I'm paying. We're not rich. Why are we not paying one photographer? You use the photos for your platforms, I use the photos on my platforms. Why can't we do that? Why? What is stopping us from doing that?
Exactly.
You know, because it's the same content. You have your audience, I have my audience. We have shared audience. You know, so why are we looking at it as competing and not collaborating? You understand? Yeah. There are people that only you can reach that I can reach. There are people that only I can reach that you can reach.
Exactly.
And then we have the middle people. You understand? So why is it not collaboration? Because in life, everyone you meet, every even a child, small child here, knows something you don't know. In life, everyone you meet has been to where you've never been.
Yes.
So you can learn from a person, any person in life.
Yeah.
You can collaborate and coexist with any person in life.
Exactly.
So if we have that attitude, we'll go far, man. Yeah,
thanks.
I'm preaching now.
Thank you, man. Take us to the Christmas.
Yeah, man. I think there's a project I'm working on. I will tell you about. It's about transport and safety.
Okay.
I think the main message for me this Christmas and this festive season, don't party like there's no tomorrow. Having fun and enjoying your money and the space with family is good. It's good for you. It's good for your body. But there's a tomorrow. So don't do things as irresponsible. I'm not prescribing anything. I'm not saying anything. But take it easy on the road. Take care. You'd rather be late at home than be late as in it's your funeral. You'd rather be late at home than be early in heaven. So really, really, really take care as you travel. Do not consume alcohol before you get behind the wheel. My friends always say it's rich coming from you because you don't drink. But I really shout at them. So that's the first thing: safety. You must still preserve the same body that made the money to make more money. That's the first thing. The second thing, I'm going to preach against here. Sorry.
Yeah.
The birthday is not yours. It's Jesus' birthday.
Yes.
So it's really a time to refocus your energy. I am not prescribing Christianity to everyone or anyone. I'm just saying, your spiritual side, take care of it as well.
Yes.
Wherever you believe in, whatever religion you practice, please take some time and realize that Christmas is also about giving thanks to whoever you believe in and looking back and say, you've brought me this far.
Yeah.
New Year is also about marking that register to your creator, to your ancestors, to whoever you believe in, and saying, thank you. Please, let's walk again into 2024. So it's not your birthday. It's Jesus' birthday.
Exactly.
So take it to the next level by saying, my ancestors, my Christ, my Shembe, my whoever you believe in, you've brought me this far. Let's walk again.
Yes.
Into 2024.
Yes.
Take care of your kids, man. That's another thing. Yeah. The last message, especially to men, take care of your kids. Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Sharp Kutwa.
And this is Grand Piano Truth. Remember, next year, 2024, you can call us if you want to be here. You can call us and ask for your interview or for your day. Sharp.